Wake up, Donnie. I met a new friend.
Real or imaginary?
28 days. Imaginary. 6 hours. 42 minutes. 12 seconds.
My cult movie is probably Stanley Kubrick's final film, Eyes Wide Shut, which is, in my mind, an absolute masterwork. And it was a film that was released after his passing and I think was misunderstood, as many of his films were when they were released. And I think with time, it has revealed itself to be just this extraordinary dream of a marriage. And I think the more that you kind of take the journey with Tom Cruise's character, subtlety and the nuance of these seemingly, innocuous encounters that he's having with different people, either on the street or in a coffee shop or running into an old friend at a party. And it just takes this increasingly dangerous, sort of frightening kind of conspiracy world. And it's just an enormously fascinating film filled with mysterious clues. I mean, there was a lot going on in that film, and I think it's a really profound piece, as are all of Stanley Kubrick's films. I would say my cult music is really the music I put in Donnie Darko. The pop music is, for the most part, British post-punk new wave from the 80s. And I think that was an extraordinary time in music. I think that there was a kind of a haunted quality, a melancholy, a moodiness. And when you put together a soundtrack of a movie, it really is like a mixtape that you're putting together. It's like you're throwing a party for 2 hours and you want people to hear things in a specific order based on the emotional experience you want them to have. And one of the best parts of making a movie is picking that mixtape that your audience gets to listen to. And it's a good time. And it's fun to like obsess over it and just know you have every song just the way you want it to be.
This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends.
I would say that my biggest cult writer would be Philip K. Dick. When I went to make Southland Tales, it was really a big homage to Philip K. Dick and his work, and thinking about how he would often set stories in Southern California, in the near future, a future that was very relatable in some ways, but also had some very bigger futuristic concepts and ideas, and dealing with big socio-political conflicts and police states and doppelgangers and alternate realities and the perception, memory loss, all of these things. And I think you see a lot of Philip K. Dick homage and tribute in Southland Tales. And there's even a moment where John Lovitz's character, as he's murdering Amy Poehler and Wood Harris in the sort of staged shootout in Venice Beach, where he looks to either Amy or Wood and he says, "Flow my tears." And that was my acknowledgement in the movie to the novel "Flow My Tears," the policeman said, that was my way of saying in the text of the film, like, this is a tribute to you, Philip K. Dick, and I wouldn't be here without you, and this film wouldn't exist without his work. Well, more than anything, my cult TV show of all time is Twin Peaks. And I would have to say Season 3, Twin Peaks: The Return, which aired in 2017, was one of the greatest works of art I've ever seen in any medium. And I think David Lynch changed the form of television once again the way he did many, many years ago when I was a young teenager and I discovered the first season of Twin Peaks. And it was just really an inspiring work of art. It was like an 18-hour film. It's so inspiring that he was able to do that, and I just want him to continue making as many TV shows or movies as he can with as much artistic freedom, because he deserves it. And he's going to be getting an honorary Oscar later this year, which is going to be incredible to get to see him finally holding an Oscar statue in his hand.